everyone, Steve Kim here. So excited, Steve Kim Show, episode number 12. As promised, this week I'm going to look at Richmond Hill, Vaughan, and Markham. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to so many of you who actually sent me messages saying, Steve, I can't wait to next week's episode because they now live in these particular neighborhoods. Because I've done a lot of transactions, particularly Richmond Hill, Vaughan, Markham, and Toronto. So let's get right into the numbers, okay? Richmond Hill, I'm not going to go through all the numbers because they're there in front of you. You can pause this whenever you want. If you missed this, check it on YouTube. I upload all my videos up on YouTube. So detached homes in Richmond Hill, last year versus this year, they stayed pretty much, around that 1.4 million mark. Thing to pay attention to, we went from 8.5 months of inventory, so absolutely a buyer's market. Last year, July, detached homes in Richmond Hill to 6.5. So still a buyer's market, but I wouldn't say as excessive as a buyer's market as it was last year. Days on the market, 25 versus 34. We did see quite a drop, semi-detached, right? 936 last year to 775,000, right? So absolutely that's something to pay attention to if you're looking to buy or sell a semi in Richmond Hill. Days on the market, 31 versus 45. And then townhomes, absolutely. We saw a little bit of a drop, 900,000 to 822,000. And then months of inventory, 4.1 versus 3.5. So not too much of a change there. Balanced market to getting close to maybe a seller's market. So this is a trend to absolutely pay attention to. Vaughan, absolutely, last year, an average detached was trading at 1.27 million. This year at 1.34 million. So still not too much of a difference. Months of inventory, 5.1 versus 6. Semis were trading very close, 824 last year to 815 this year. Months of inventory, this is to pay attention to, 3.2 to 2.1. So we see that drop. 2.1, absolutely a seller's market. So in Vaughan, again, there are certain micro markets within Vaughan, neighborhoods. So 2.1 is something to pay attention to, right? Especially if you're in that neighborhood, you're in a semi that, semis are going quick and you're starting to see an increase in price. All right, townhouses as well, 813 to 822 is a little bit of an increase. Months of inventory being the same, but it's just taking a little bit longer this year as opposed to last year to sell that townhouse in Vaughan. Markham, we see, I'm not going to say a drastic change, but we're going to see a drop, and a significant drop. So the average detached house in Markham at 1.48 million versus 1.24. So absolutely, that's in excess of $200,000 price drop, right? Months of inventory stayed relatively the same, 5.2 versus 5. And then days on the market, 21 versus 28. So, in excess of a $200,000 price drop, people may say, oh my gosh, like what's happening in Markham? Well, Markham's a very diverse area, right? And because of that, the foreign buyer tax could have had an effect, right? It absolutely could have had an effect in terms of, purchasers purchasing in Markham. So that's something to pay attention to. That trend is absolutely something we will keep an eye on moving forward into August and in the coming fall months. The semis, 861 last year versus 822. Months of inventory, again, pretty much the same, 2.6 to 2.9, so pretty close to one another. And then the towns, saw a little bit of an increase from last year from 774 to 782,000. But this is something to pay attention to. 5.1 months of inventory, so kind of that balance, getting close to a buyer's market. Now down to 3, so absolutely that is a seller's market. So townhouse in Markham, absolutely sellers. Not that you can dictate all the terms, but you have a little bit more kind of clout when it comes to negotiating for your price. Anyways, I hope you found this information useful. And as always, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Please feel free to send me a text, shoot me an email, give me a call, come on by and knock on my door. Just want to say thank you again so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.